years. I've said that for years. We should create some type of I wish there was a minor league of football. So people who don't value education, they don't have to go get one. Go on, go play ball. Just like baseball. Go play baseball. And if you make it to the bigs, you make it, great. If not, maybe you go to college somewhere down the road. But if that way to me, it cleans up the recruiting process. It would cut out some of these people, some of the cheating that goes on in recruiting, and again, guys that don't value education. If you don't value education, don't go. Go to work. Go to work, and if it works out, great. Have at it. It doesn't bother me a bit. I just coach the guys. There's plenty of guys out there that want to be a part of the college experience, and so no, I don't pay any attention to that stuff.
Yeah, a big part of this college experience you speak of is acclimating these kids to the college life, and how hard it's got to be for those kids to come into a situation where they're at a high demand program. But a kid like Taquan Johnson, who just lost his mother, how do you bring a kid like that on campus in the middle of the summer and acclimate him and put your hands and arms around him? Yeah,
well, that's just what we do. That's what I'm called to do. Is really just love on our players and teach them. And I try to raise all these guys and teach them all just literally as if their last name's Swinney. I don't look at them any different. Everybody in this room, I try to teach them, love them, discipline them, just like I do my own kids. That's just my approach to coaching. And, in life there's going to be challenges. And for some people you have more challenges early than others. But that's just all part of it. Our experiences are what shape us and what develop us and equip us as we move forward in life. So you got a really difficult situation like that, but Taquan's got an unbelievable. He's got a very unique story. It's very different from a lot of young people's story, but he's very blessed. He's got a wonderful family that really adopted him, a few years ago and have raised him. And it's just amazing the impact that they've had on his life. So he's got a great support system and then when he gets here, he'll have the same thing. He'll have a lot of people, a lot of resources, and a lot of opportunity to, grow.
Coach, 17 mid-years, I think that's the most you've ever had. What are some of your first impressions of Tyson and some of those other guys?
Yeah, I haven't hardly seen them. I mean, I've seen them maybe 3 times, just in and out, on the fly. Because I've been gone, every day. So they're awesome, though. I mean, we had a chance. We kind of introduced them all. We let them kind of talk and introduce themselves and interact with a little Q&A at our recruiting thing this morning. So that was pretty. Do y'all get to see that? Do y'all get to see that? Is that like a live feed or something like that? I saw a camera in there. I didn't know if it was. But anyway, that was pretty good. That was kind of neat to have those guys here and for people to get to kind of see their personalities a little bit and. Hear them answer some questions. So they're a great group. The feedback that I've gotten from all the people, that I'm always connected to, from Brad Scott to the Neary to our nutrition and the weight room, and et cetera, has been very positive on that group. So they're off to a good start.
Yeah, but you guys have had a lot of success with maybe prospects that aren't as highly rated. What is it about Mikey and Mason that you guys really like?
Yeah, just he's got a ton of upside. His best football's in front of him, but the bottom line is he's got the tools. I mean, he can run. He's a great guy in space. He's got really good ball skills, can catch the football, and he's dynamic. He's incredibly athletic. He's a multi-sport guy. He's been playing multi-sports forever, and not just playing them, but dominating. He's a great basketball player. So I had some basketball offers to go play college basketball. I mean, he's a legit athlete, and he's been in our camp. So he's a guy that we've been able to have our hands on multiple times. I think he's been in camp maybe since the 8th or 9th grade. And, and Tony he's just a guy that Tony just kept kind of coming back to and coming back to and coming back to. And he kind of bet on himself, too, because he had a lot of opportunities to sign in December. Tony wasn't quite ready in December. So he bet on himself. And he really wanted to be at Clemson, and I think that matters too. I mean, this was something that has been a dream of his, so it's really cool to see it all come to fruition. But we think he's got a chance to be a heck of a player. Got a nice body on him for a young guy, and especially a guy that's been a multi-sport guy that hasn't really been able to train like he's going to be able to train when he gets here. But ton of potential.
What about with Mason?
Oh, Mason Trotter, man, he's first of all, the program he comes from, and his coaches over there are guys we have a ton of respect for, and man, they have always been right, always. Not sometimes, they've always been right. So I have a lot of respect for Coach Gutshaw and Coach Lancaster, Coach Dempsey, that group over there. Man, they do an unbelievable job, and every kid we've had that's come out of that program has been ready. They've been prepared, and they've been able to transition well. But Mason's football IQ is off the charts. This is a really smart player. He's got a great body on him. He's going to be able to play 3 spots for us. And at the end of the day, it just, he was just too good a prospect for us to pass on. And so I'm glad it worked out.
You mentioned the winning this class leaving. Like, who's some of the guys that take on that Christian Wilkins type role out of these guys?
Yeah, well, that's we'll see. That's kind of the process that we're getting ready to start. This is what we call get ready. This is a new journey, and I've been getting a little feedback here or there, and our accountability teams are set, and so it'll be interesting to kind of see how that all plays out over these next few months. But we'll get in those winter workouts next Wednesday with the staff every day, and afternoon, and then AM, and we kind of grind it up for a week and a half there. We don't have a lot of time, but we've become really, really good at taking about a 5-week training period. We've gotten a lot of practice at it, and I like it that way. I like to start earlier. I just think it helps you turn the page and to get back, and then I like more time on the back end. I like more training time in the summer. I like more time for evals and stuff because our school gets out early. We get out that first week of May, and I just like to have a little more time to be around them on the back end of spring where we can really have good evaluations of them and what they need to do to prepare for August. So it's just what we believe in and what we do, but as far as who's going to assume those roles, we're going to find out. I mean, I think offensively you got 4 seniors up front that have had a pretty good run. You got, Travis and Feaster in the backfield. It's going to be fun to see those two. And then Lynn J, who's still green around the ears. It's going to grow up this spring. And that's exactly what he needs. He needs an off season, and he needs a spring, and he just needs a little tough love this spring, where we can really give him the attention that he needs. And so I'm excited about that. We obviously got a really good group back at wideout. Going to miss Travion and Renfro for sure, but man, what a group. T and Amari and Justin just starting right there. These are veteran guys that bring a lot to the table, and so I think offensively we got a lot of answers. Obviously Trevor coming back and Chase. Both are proven leaders, committed guys, have great respect by their teammates. And then over on the defensive side, I think that's where that question, I think we got a lot of talent, but the answer to that question is a little more, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Skowski's a guy, and I think Isaiah's ready to grow up a little bit. This is one of the reasons he came back. He needs a different role on this team. And that's something we're expecting from him. AJ, I think he'll be a dog, man. He'll be an unbelievable leader on that back end. All 4 of those safeties. Kayvon, the maturity that I've seen in him, Muse, Nolan, and Denzel. Man, what a group. These are guys these are some grown men now. They've kind of been through the fires. They know what the expectation is, and but we'll see. Up front, who is it? Right now we're rolling freshmen out there. Xavier Kelly, who'll be a sophomore. Everybody else is a freshman. So we'll see how it all shakes out. And you don't have to be a senior to be a leader. So we'll see.
Coach, obviously a lot interested in the Herb Street brothers. I asked Kirk about a month ago about their recruitment. He said they were fully brainwashed Ohio State fans, but after talking to you, they really bought into your vision and the culture here. What was their recruitment like, and how unique were they compared to your average recruit?
Yeah, well, very unique. Obviously, just because of who they are, but really didn't go about it any different than we would anybody else. The biggest thing for them is, first of all, they had to be good enough and to be a preferred walk-on for us. We have tryouts and we have all these different avenues that guys can get on the team, but when we bring in preferred guys, there's a whole process that goes in that. And they needed to come to camp. They did that. And then I think just having been around them a few times over the years, and he let me know early that they wanted to go to a big school and probably walk on. They were going to have some smaller offers, but they really wanted to go to a bigger school and kind of get that experience. So I knew that early, and so we got them in camp, had opportunity to spend time with them, and they went around. They've been all over. I mean, they've been everywhere. To me, that's pretty cool because it's a great compliment that Kirk signs off on his kids coming to Clemson, because obviously he's been around everywhere, but so have his kids. And when you grow up like they've grown up, just like my kids growing up, they've been around a lot. They've seen it all. They've heard it all. They've been around every coach, every player. They get it. They have a little different perspective. So do his kids, because they've been on every college campus. They've been around coaches. They've been around locker rooms. They've been around it. So it's kind of neat that they wanted to be a part of what we have here. I think that's a great compliment to the locker room downstairs.